fighting the state violence. The state violence will be met with violence. That's what the ANC did. The ANC was the most peaceful organization until the 60s, when they could no longer tolerate violence, which was meted at them by the apartheid regime. They applied the same strategy. We will apply the same strategy they used against apartheid.
Are you not putting your supporters' lives at risk by saying that?
No, I'm putting my life at risk. There's no supporter who will go. I will go myself. I've always led from the front. There's no way where EFF supporters have been and I've not been there. I believe in this, I will do it myself. And even when a member was shot, I didn't make a U-turn. I went into the same streets where a member was shot. I addressed, after addressing, I went door to door in the same areas where the member was shot. So it's unfortunate the member was shot before I arrived. But I went there, I did not make a U-turn, and to put such a question to suggest that we are not there is actually disingenuous, because the event you are referring to, I was there, and I led from the front. So,
welcome again, and welcome to another episode of the WSXM podcast, where United Africa is on Undisputed Africa. So, that's Julius Malema. He was given an interview, and in this interview, he's saying a lot. He speaks on corruption and how the country is running, parliamentarians who is accepting bribes, and a whole host of things that's plaguing South Africa and the continent as well. He's running for president this year as well in South Africa. Sometime this year will be election. The date hasn't been set as yet, but it's sometime this year. I'm pretty sure within the next 4 or 5 months. Contemplating it should be, but you should listen to this. And this man speaks with passion, with truth, with authority, and these are the kind of presidents we need. People like him to find corruption wherever it is. So when he do go into power, because of all what he's been doing all these months and years, championing the regular people, black people, because he's a Pan-Africanist as well. He's for blacks, for Africa solely, not into aiding white people to take root in Africa. He's want to get rid of some of those powerful families that's running the country into a ditch. So anyway, listen to this interview in its entirety and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom.
I don't hesitate to lead from the front. There is no Zuma and the ANC talk about barrels of guns and all those things.
But you
because
use the
they
term,
want
not them.
No, yes. I said that. Yes, I said, and I will repeat it anyway. If you use violence against us, we're prepared to take up arms in defense of our revolution.
Where would you get the arms from?
The arms are everywhere. Arms can be found anywhere. If there is a political
Not here
will,
today.
we will find. No, even here, there is arms here.
Okay.
You may not be aware. Let someone react in a very bad way. It's going to be taught a lesson.
Okay.
Very quick.
Yeah, I'll behave myself.
Don't be misled. All we are saying is that let's fight a peaceful fight. And we are doing that. We went to Mpumalanga to vote, to campaign. Our members were shot. We went to KZN to campaign. Our members were shot. And I said to the members, don't respond, because this is a provocation. The enemy is shaking. The enemy is actually accepting unwittingly that this is an unstoppable train of economic freedom. So we must not take up arms to self-destruct. We must not self-destruct, because the enemy is going to set us up to self-destruct. So this thing is coming out very nicely, it's gelling nicely. And we're going to take over this government, you won't believe it. And there will not be a single drop of blood. There will never be, not under my instruction. But if we're fought, there will be levels where our members will say to the leadership, we've tolerated this for far too long now.
You can't continue to run a municipality based on anger and discontent. What is then happens?
I just want you to show me anger and discontent in the manifesto of the EFF. Because we are not running this on anger and discontent. We are running this on an alternative left perspective. Because there is a vacuum in terms of left politics. And we identified that vacuum. Because nature does not allow a vacuum. We occupied that space. We came in because the Communist Party is a spaza shop. It's dead. We came in because there is no alternative on the left. And that's how we zoom in. So we don't exist on the basis of anger and discontent. And that's why when we run SRCs in the University of Limpopo and everywhere else, we deliver to every commitment. There is no anger and discontent. We said to the University of Limpopo, we are going to give every student free meal, especially the poor of the poorest. And then there was noise. Where are you going to get the money? This is rhetoric. And then we went into the SRC. We took the money of Freshers' Ball and entertainment and alcohol, redirected it to giving poor students free meal every day. We are doing it every day. So where is anger and discontent? There is no anger and discontent. It's a left politics that takes care of the poor masses of our people. We all have a responsibility to empower each other. We need you to contribute. They will never get that. They will never get that message because they don't come to the meetings. Why are they not coming to meetings? They don't need anything. Once I stop bicycle lanes, they will come. I'm going to grab them there and politicize them.
Okay. Let's talk about the economy because the economy is a big issue in our country at the moment. What can you do as the leader of the economic freedom fighters to lend to economic and political stability in our country? What do you think we need to do that we're not doing?
We need political leadership with political will. The leadership must have integrity. The leadership must be selfless. And once you've got respectable leadership, that's the first step in the right direction. Then you ought to now make sure that the realization actually means greater state control and ownership. But it doesn't mean a complete ban of private participation. So we need government to be involved. The British must stop telling us that, no, capital will leave South Africa if the state gets involved in business. It's not true. After the world wars, the state took ownership of the economy of Britain, rebuilt it to be what it is today. When there was a crisis in the US, the state came in, rescued those banks, which is a clear indication these people can't rescue themselves. The state will always have to be there for them. And we're saying to them, we want to now walk with you so that you don't drown. There is no best partner you can get than a state as your partner. Stop being crybabies. Accept that the state is here to work with you to rebuild this economy, and the state, through the profits made out of such huge transactions, will reinvest that money in the social program to make South Africa a better place. Venezuela, I heard this priest talking about Venezuela. Firstly, he doesn't know Venezuela. Secondly, he has never been to Venezuela. Secondly, he Googled before he came here about Venezuela and got wrong information. 80% of the Venezuelan economy is from the oil. And oil price makes it very difficult now for countries that depend on oil to perform very well. It's not only the issue of socialism. Just generally, the oil thing is not working. It's like the problems that we had during the nationalization of steel, not steel, copper. They nationalized it at a point where copper was not doing well as a commodity. And those mines failed. And when those mines failed because the commodity was not doing well, they attributed that to nationalization. It's not correct. State-owned institutions, they are not inherently incompetent. One of them is AXA in South Africa. We build the best airports, and yet that is a state-owned company. To build an airport is not like building some useless things. It's a complicated thing, yet the state company is doing it very well. Dinel used to do very well before this one, Makanda Kanda, the headman, came in and destroyed it with the Guptas. Transnet used to do very well before Zuma cronies destroyed it. It's not about the state inherently being incompetent. It's corruption that undermines the good efforts of the state because they deploy their cronies, they deploy their cadres who know nothing about Transnet. I mean, you just take Julius Malema now to go and run Transnet because he can sing very well in political meetings. That's a recipe for disaster. So let's go for a man and a woman who's got the necessary capacity to run those institutions. Look at what Zuma's girlfriend is doing to SAA. Now, it has moved from cadres, it has moved from cronies to concubines. it has degenerated to the extreme. Somebody has to say it. It has degenerated to the extreme. It's not like SAA can't make profit. It did that before under a female CEO, black female CEO. So the problem is not state-run institutions, it's corruption. The leadership has to be firm on corruption. The ANC can't punish Zuma on corruption because they are all corrupt. It's a gangster. We are run by a gangster. And you disagree with them, they will kill you. If they don't kill you, they will expel you. They will send the institutions of the state against you. They will destroy you. Not because they want to destroy you. No, they are intimidating anyone else who wants to dare challenge them after you.
Okay, we've got a few minutes left. I just want to ask you before we wrap up. You mentioned the Gupta family.
Yeah.
You have clearly placed them in your sights as a target. You said you will drive them out of the country. They have gone, but they still seem to have an influence. What are you going to do next?
Well, we are on the Gupta's case. We're not playing. You know, when we spoke about the Guptas, we were attacked from all angles. That we are wrong, we are driving away the investors, we are doing all sorts of things, we are anarchists and all that. And then everybody else came, the banks, said, no, there is a problem here. We're closing their accounts. And then everyone else said, yeah, these Guptas are a problem. Why? Because it is now said by a white man that these people are a problem. Because the white man owns the banks. So they are a problem. And the problem of the Guptas is actually promoted by Zuma. Because I used to think the Guptas are giving him small money until I was made aware that they're giving him millions of money, cash. Zuma said he was going to sue me because I said he took money to Dubai and he must do that. He must sue me. Because Zuma is benefiting directly from the Guptas. The ANC stopped the Gupta investigation because Zuma said so. Zuma said to Gauteng PGC, do you know what is the state? The state is the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. When you say there is a capture, have they captured judiciary? Have they? And then no one dares to challenge him that they've captured you and you are the head of the state, and once they've captured the head of the state, they've captured the state.